Probably one of the funniest things to me is like how in the health space, the people that are kind of at the top and pedestalized are usually the ones who are least healthy. They usually have eating disorders, are on a lot of hormones. And it's like, why are we following these people? There's actually, a lot of reasons why you actually should not. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about today. My name's Shay, I'm a nutritionist, international level athlete, and full-time juicehead. Now, I've actually been drug tested a few times for my sport, and man, that is no picnic. I'll say that. The first funny one I see is the crazy protein recommendations. Like okay, let's break it down, right? We need a certain amount of protein just for like regular homeostasis and just keeping your body together and repairing everything. And of course that gets increased if you're actually training because your muscles getting broken down, then you have to recover based on that. And therefore, if you're doing a lot of training and have a lot of muscle, you need more protein, okay? Very straightforward. So why are we following the Juicehead requirement? I don't know. Some of these people are posting like, I've heard 2 grams per pound of body weight of protein. Like, what are you blending a live chicken? I don't understand. And even the more common like Juicehead recommendations might be like, I don't know, 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight, or roughly, I don't know, what's that, a little over 3, if you're doing pounds. And it's like, again, do you have like a chicken farm? But long story short, like if you're not a juicehead and you don't look like Rich Piana, you don't need that much protein. Like, I don't know, 1.6 to 2.0 grams per kilogram of body weight's pretty reasonable and pretty attainable. Most of the literature is going to say that's enough. Anyway, moving on, this kind of drags into the next one as well, like the training load. What does juice do? Well, part of the thing is you recover a lot faster, which theoretically will allow you to train a lot more, which might also tie back into the higher protein requirements, but you certainly cannot train as much as a juicehead. That's fact. And the funny thing here is these juiceheads are like taking money to write you a program. It's like, for one, they might not have any training in physiology or anything training based. And for 2, you cannot follow what they're doing. It's just not optimal. They're recovering twice as fast and can handle a lot more volume, although their heart won't. More on that later. Like if you try and match them for volume, it's just not going to work out. There's probably too much and as well way more than you would actually need to get desirable results. Like at a certain point, it's like you don't need to be doing like an 8-hour arm workout. The next point here is the crash dieting and you're getting to like 8% body fat. Yes, we know that it's a bit harder when you're not running like hard trin and clean to get to 8% body fat. I was actually looking into this for the last video, and as it turns out, when you're under 10% body fat and you continue dieting, your metabolic rate is going to drop by about 6 calories per kilogram of your body weight. And say if you're 80 kilos, that's 480 calories, which is a lot. What if you're like even more, dude? Well, probably not at sub 10%, but I don't know, maybe. But let's just say 500 calories. Dude, like that's so much, and that's before energy like output through exercise, I'm pretty sure. So you cannot sustain that. Your body's falling apart. Don't try and get to 8% body fat just because all these people are diced online. It's like they're probably on death's door, dude. Like we've seen that before. Every time it's like, oh, bodybuilder dies, and we're all like, oh no, I wonder why that one happened. And we talked a bit about protein. Let's talk a bit about fat. I talked about in the last video, like some of these macro calculators, they're gonna spit out a fat intake that is gonna be like sometimes like 15% of your total dietary intake is coming from fat, which is not much. That's in the range such that your leptin, your growth hormone, your testosterone, your thyroid hormones all crash, which is problematic when you're not injecting them. And what can a juicehead do? Well, he can just eat the chicken broccoli rice diet. Check out that video. Deal with the problematic fat intake and just inject whatever you're missing. A really problematic part about this, right, is all of your hormones are kind of like a feedback loop to the way you're living. If you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, your testosterone levels are going to crash. And that kind of acts as feedback. It's like, okay, I'm feeling pretty bad because my test is low, so I got to get back on track. But the issue is you can pretty much lead a trash lifestyle and just inject all the tests you need and then some. And then you kind of circumvent the bad lifestyle. So I really try and second guess whatever these people are actually doing, because when you don't have like the normal hormonal regulation, right, it's pretty hard for you to verify if something works for you. Because if you're an natty guy and you just do that, and the other, and you're feeling like amazing because, I don't know, whatever hormonal changes happened, you can kind of verify it's like, okay, that works for me. But if you're a juice head, it's kind of a little bit muddled. It's like, oh, was it because that, or was it because I upped my dose? I don't know. So like, it's health and fitness, but realistically, a lot of these people aren't really that healthy. It's partly from the juice, but I also notice a lot of these people don't sleep that well, and a lot of anabolics can also impede on sleep quality, so like less hours and worse quality. Plus they don't really do cardio, I guess because they're like, well, like when you're that big, cardio is going to be brutal, dude. You're probably dealing with like leg chafing for some of them. And a lot of the time, their diet's terrible. Like, again, it could be clean foods in the chicken, broccoli, rice, which, although it's clean foods, it's not a very good diet, as I discussed. But, you know, all this Sam Sulik one I did before, where it's like, he's eating kid cereal half the time. It's like, and they can get away with it because they just inject the rest. So, long story short, like, there's a lot of reasons why you really should not be looking, well, look up to them if you want, but I wouldn't closely follow whatever advice they're giving you. Like, I had a friend who was like following some of the Liver King stuff. It's like, why would you trust whatever, like, have you seen the guy? Anyway, that's for me. Let me know your thoughts below. I don't feel like too many people talk about this, which is kind of why I wanted to. But anyway, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.